It's like PewDiePie's show, but more political, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the pro-Palestine meme show. I'm Tyler Traveling Klatt, your favorite Zionist prince, whose land of Israel was promised to me 3,000 years ago. If you want this land to be promised you 3,000 years ago, get the merch in the description below at thetravelingklatt.com, and let's jump into all the retarded memes. I'm so excited. Take a look. First clip. Mamdani on Fox
Former
News.
hostages celebrate being home. There is new heartbreak for families of those killed by Hamas. Hamas says that it can't hand over any more bodies without special equipment to recover them. Israel says one of the 4 bodies returned so far does not match any of the hostages who died. Zohran Mamdani is leading the race for mayor in New York City, the biggest city in the country and the capitalist center of the world. The 33-year-old is proposing free childcare, free buses, freezing rent, and city-run grocery stores. He has claimed that we should not really have billionaires in this city, and he has vowed to make New York the strongest sanctuary city in the country. His views on hot topics like the NYPD and Israel have been a constant source of controversy, but he is ahead by 13 points.
Oh, so the Muslim ones, let me see what the Muslims
right now in
no cost childcare, sure. Fair free buses, sure. Free rent for stabilized tenants, free rent for stabilized tenants. That's not gonna happen. What do you want? The entire system to collapse? I don't think we should have billionaires. Really, really. So why don't you go back to the Middle East, probably Afghanistan, because the Saudis for sure have a few billionaires. So why don't you go to a country in the Middle East that don't have billionaires? And they're not a capitalist system. They're pretty much a communist, unfair system. Sure.
source of controversy, but he is ahead by 13 points right now in this race. I sat down with him on the eve of tomorrow night's big mayoral debate in New York City. Here's part 1 of our exclusive interview. Thank you very much for being here, candidate for mayor of New York City. You're up by 13 points. It looks like you've got the wind at your back. You've got a big debate coming up tomorrow night with the other candidates, Andrew Cuomo and Curtis Sliwa. Obviously, New York City policy is front and center, but I would imagine that some of the big headlines recently are going to come up tomorrow night as well. So I want to get to all the policy issues in New York, but I wanted to ask you this first. If you are asked tomorrow night, if you give credit to President Trump for the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas and the return of the 20 living hostages, would you raise your hand?
You know, first I want to say it's a real pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. And
he's slimy.
It's an honor to have this opportunity to speak to so many New Yorkers and Americans across the country. And when it comes to the ceasefire, I am thankful and I have hope that it will actually endure, that it will be lasting. And I continue to have concerns because I've seen reports still just in the last few days that 5 Palestinians were killed by the Israeli military. And that's what gives me pause about issuing any kind of praise or celebration at a moment when it is still so in its infancy. And what I will tell you is that in that same moment, it is also one that requires a focus on ensuring that that hope, that belief in a better future is one that is emblematic in our policies right here in New York City as well. And that's what we're hoping to lead with.
So would you give President Trump credit or not, to any extent? Credit or not?
I think it's too early to do so.
Too early to say.
But if it proves to be something that is lasting, something that is durable, then I think that's where you give credit.
So you've denounced Israel and the United States for the response to the slaughter on October the 7th. In fact, at times you've called it a lasting stain, the response, and at times you have left October 7th out of your statements completely around this issue. Right now, you just talked about Israelis killing some Palestinians, but Hamas is killing Palestinians within Gaza. And they have not returned the bodies that they promised to return, including 2 Americans, Itai Chen and Omer Nutra, whose families we have interviewed over these months. So what is your response to what Hamas is doing now?
I think those are bodies and remains that should absolutely be returned. And I think that I have no issue with critiquing Hamas or the Israeli government, because my critiques all come from a place of universal human rights. And my focus, however, is right here in New York City and transforming the most expensive city in America into one that's affordable for each and every New Yorker.
But okay, I want to get to that, absolutely. But do you believe that Hamas should lay down their weapons and leave the leadership in Gaza?
I believe that any future here in New York City is one that we have to make sure that's affordable for all. And as it pertains to Israel and Palestine, that we have to ensure that there is peace. And that is the future that we have to fight for.
But you won't say that Hamas should lay down their arms and give up leadership in Gaza.
We have opinions about the future of Hamas and Israel beyond the question of justice and safety, and the fact that anything has to abide by international law. And that applies to Hamas, that applies to the Israeli military, applies to anyone you could ask me about.
Okay. One last thought on that. You have said that you would arrest Netanyahu if he came to the United States. You've been very...
Notice how he's been very impartial, very pro-human rights. He's just been a politician at this time. The difference between our politician and this Muslim politician is that our politicians go like, oh yeah, we're going to fix healthcare, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And their actually true hidden agenda is to get a lot of money, become millionaires, a lot of them become multi-millionaires. But that's the hidden true agenda of most of our politicians. This politician right here, his hidden agenda is to bring Sharia law and to bring a caliphate. What's going to be the start of a caliphate in America? That's what they are fighting for. That's what they want to start. They want the power so they can start changing the laws, like in Newport, Michigan, where there's calls to pray 5 times a day. People are tired of it, but they can't say shit. They can't complain, because if they complain, people's gonna tell them that they're intolerant.
Outspoken in your criticism of him. Do you stand by that? You would arrest him if he came here, if you were mayor?
I've said that this is a city that believes in international law, and this is a city that wants to uplift and uphold those beliefs. The Prime Minister...
The United States doesn't stand by the International Criminal Court.
It hasn't signed the treaty for the International Criminal Court. The International Criminal Court, however, has issued a warrant for the arrest of Benjamin Netanyahu.
Well, what grounds in the United States could you arrest him on?
As it has for Vladimir Putin. I've said that I believe that we should uphold arrest warrants by the International Criminal Court, and that we should do so only in abiding with all of the laws in front of us. I'm not going to make a new law to ensure that we can actually...
Do you think that Commissioner Tisch would allow you to arrest Netanyahu in New York City?
I've appreciated Commissioner Tisch's leadership of the NYPD, and I think that she's done a good job at lowering crime across the city.
But do you think that she would go along with arresting Netanyahu in New York?
I can tell you that I'm going to exhaust every legal option in front of me, not to make new laws to do so.
All right. So we got that business at the top of the interview coming up.
All right. Listen, what's her name? The reporter?
Legal option in front of me, not to make new laws to do so.
In New York.
I can tell you that I'm going to exhaust every legal option in front of me, not to make new laws to do so. I can tell you that I'm going to exhaust every legal option in front of me, not to make new laws to do so.
That's exactly his hidden agenda. He's gonna use all of the laws that he has in his power that Americans have gathered and protected to defend America. And now he's gonna gather it to defend radical Islam. And he's lying when he's saying that he's not gonna invent any new laws. He's definitely, absolutely 100% doing new laws.
All right. So we got that.
Let's not forget they want Sharia law. That's what they want.
Business at the top of the interview coming up.
All right. Listen, what's her name? The reporter? With all due respect, Martha McCarthy? Is that your name? Martha McCallum. With all due respect, Martha, that you just gave Zorhan Mamdouki the biggest win of his fucking career. Honest to God. You gave him a massive win. That was a horrible interview. And again, with all due respect, I'm not trying to come for you personally. That was a fucking terrible interview. That was a horrible. That is not how you conduct an interview with a jihadist, because a jihadist is Islami. A jihadist Islam. You ask him openly, why do you support Hezbollah? You say on the interview, you say, you were caught saying this. You were caught saying Intifada revolution, the only way Intifada. That's what you do the interview with. You don't give him an out. You gave him multiple outs, and he sounded great. If I was a little younger and I was retarded, like most liberal New Yorkers who are kind of a little bit brain dead at the moment, and they go with anybody who's brown who can speak English, you're like, oh, well, sign me up. That's the new Messiah. I would also be like, I'm voting for that motherfucker. He's good. He smiles. He talks like a politician. He's slimy. Of course I'm going to vote for him. It's an age-old classic. You did a horrible job, Martha. I'm really sorry. And again, you may be a very nice person. It seems like you're a nice person who cares about Israel too, as a reporter. That was just a horrible interview. It was very, very bad. Speaking of Mamdouki, we do have a meme here.
Hi, we are Jewish New Yorkers.
We are Jewish New Yorkers. We are voting for. We are Jewish New Yorkers.
I am a Jewish New Yorker, and I am voting. We are Jewish New Yorkers. We are voting for, what's his name?
Zorman Dandani.
No, his name is Zornam Armani. No, his name is Morgan Zamdani.
Zohran Mamdani.
Yes. No, his name is Morgan.
So that's obviously AI. Way too clean, way too bright. You can tell it's AI. Those voices are AI. Like AI has this distinguished kind of voice that right now we can still figure it out that it's AI with voice, too much brightness, the cadence, the actors speak.
Morgan Zamdani.
Zohran Mamdani.
Zogman Mohikani.
No, Manani.
No, his name is Morman Zorbani.
Mohan Zamdani. Yes, this dude.
I am a Jewish New Yorker. I don't remember what. Zorbani.
Mohan Zamdani. Yes, this.
See the backgrounds? They look a little bit cartoonish and way too much high definition. Everything looks in perfect detail. That's a sign. It's not taken by camera. That's a sign. It's just AI.
Dude.
I am a Jewish New Yorker.
AI as well. Way too clear, way too much light, way too perfect detail everywhere. AI.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast, let alone the history of Jewish people, and I'm voting for Zoran Mandanalani. Rock and roll, bro! Rock it!
I'm a student here. Okay.
I am a Jewish New Yorker, voting for Zorgan Mandini so I can get kosher pork free.
I'm just saying, Ashkenazis, don't get angry at me. But you don't really see any Mizrahi Jews in New York voting for Zoran Mamdouki. Don't get angry, all right? Don't get angry. Just calm down. Calm down. Relax. I'm not coming for you. I love you, Ashkenazis. Calm down. Put down the gefilte fish. We're chilling. We're friends. I'm on your side. I'm trying to help you.
This guy's not really reacting to that video like if that shit was real. Well, is he?
God damn it.
Hi, we are Jewish New Yorkers.
This
We are Jewish
Mamdouki
New
phenomenon is insane. Next meme. All right. Video of a heated argument between a Korean couple and a
You can see whatever the videos are fake AI or this video is about to show. That's absolutely an actual video.
a Muslim woman is going viral on IG. Let's take a look.
Your car and don't threaten me. It's my car. God doesn't Don't threaten me. Don't threaten me.
Move the car.
I will. Don't talk to me like that.
Move the car.
Don't yell at me.
Move the car faster, okay?
Okay, I'll leave it here. 아니 이거 뭐를 해줘야지 이게 찾아오는.
Every other country that I've been to,
You know,
right?
the America. There is a 14 years old in California or something different.
We are
Don't
in
defend
Shrewsbury,
it, you
Shropshire,
fucking idiot.
Okay.
Oh
So
my
every-
god.
But if you know the legal age of consent in California or whatever state you was going to mention, United States of America,
You've got to know it here.
how can you not know the legal age of consent in the UK?
Where I've got some goodies. Go over there.
Wherever you
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka,
I've
legal
got
age
some
of
great
consent
pictures.
No age, you know, because you know they have the.
I think we're going to find out. Fees go live, and I bet you. Right
I
now,
don't. By
someone's
the
on
way,
there.
I don't totally believe he's from Sri Lanka. I gotta be honest with you guys. I used to live in Sri Lanka. They're good people over there. For all my Sri Lankan viewers, Ayuban, I love you very much. I think he said Sri Lanka. I think this guy's from Pakistan or Bangladesh. I've noticed a trend recently. A lot of my ex-Muslim
Absolutely. Pakistani all the way. It's fucking
followers and
Pakistan.
Arab followers and followers from South Asia are Muslim. They tell me that sometimes when Muslims like this are caught under the bus, they'll throw a non-Muslim country under the bus for them. Like instead of saying Pakistan or Bangladesh, he'll say Sri Lanka as a cover-up to not bring shame to his nation that has a problem with rape.
Googling the age of consent in Sri Lanka.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
bet
yeah,
it won't be long.
because you know
Someone
we
will tell us.
Muslim, we have the Sharia law in Sri Lanka. That's
Okay,
why
what is the
I don't
age
think he's
of
from Sri
consent
Lanka.
in Sharia law?
there is, you know, when you became a puberty age, you can marry them. But people not marrying until you know.
That's
they
fucking-
come
that's-
to-
He's not from
Did
Sri
I tell you-
Lanka.
I get that. I get that. But are you aware that in Shrewsbury, Shropshire,
I know.
we don't have Sharia law?
No, oh, yeah, I know. No, I know. They, in the school, they say they provide in the condom English system.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And again, for all my Sri Lankan viewers, I love you guys in Sri Lanka. You're a good country. I don't believe that person was from Sri Lanka. I think that person was lying and throwing Sri Lanka
Yeah, I don't believe that shit either.
under the bus because it's not a Muslim country. Disgusting. Disgusting. All right. This is I mean, Belgium is waking up.
Dag